Hey there, welcome to another week of question and answer with the angels. I just want to preface this video today because usually during the week, uh, I go into meditation and I ask, what is it that you want me to talk about? I ask the angels that, or what video would help people, or what drawing, or whatever it is. And it was Monday. Usually I do my videos on Tuesday, I film them. And Monday night, I had no idea what I was going to do. So I just kind of surrendered it to it. And I said, okay, well, I'm not going to do a video this Thursday. And I woke up to a text, and somebody had texted me two questions. And I read the questions, and I was like, do I have to answer those? One of them was okay, but the other one was like, this is a little controversial. So I had to go into meditation about that, of why I didn't want to do it. And it's because it's a tender topic, and my ego started to get in the way. And it's like, oh, well, what if I offend people? Or, what if people get mad? And it's like, you know what? The angels came in and they said, it's not about you, Lara. It's not about your channel. It's not about how many followers you have. It's not about who you offend. It's about channeling the message for people to hear. And this person wanted to know the answer to this question. So here we go. There's two questions. The first one is the easier one, and then I'll get into the second one. So, okay, I wrote it down. Okay, so the first question is, when we become obsessed or conflicted about an issue in this lifetime, is it because it's related to unresolved issues from other lifetimes? Okay, so let's settle in and let's see what the angels have to say about that. Okay, so what they're showing me is a line. Okay, so our human minds think of things in a linear way, past, present, future, and it's a line, okay, and it's distinct, right? But what we're learning, what they're telling me, is that time happens all at once. So we're living past lives, our lifetime, future lifetimes, all at once. So when we are in this lifetime that we're well aware of, and we have some kind of phobia or this fear that doesn't make sense, that it is contributed to past lifetimes. So let's say somebody is like deathly afraid of water, but nothing happened in this lifetime to warrant the fear. There was no drowning or nothing. There was nothing that happened. So why does this person have this fear of water? And it could be because you've had past lifetimes where maybe you have drowned, and that's maybe how you have died, and you weren't able to work through that trauma out of your body. So that energy, that trauma, is recycled into this next lifetime, because our souls, okay, it's not like we pass away or we die and then we're cleansed. Okay, our essence still goes into another realm. It goes into another way of being, but sometimes not sometimes, it carries the past traumas. Okay, and if they haven't been worked through, or if it's an accumulation of lifetimes where you have drowned, and in this lifetime you have this phobia of drowning, maybe take a look at that and break that cycle, because that's why it keeps happening. And that energy, it's past, present, and future. So it's happening all at the same time. I know it's really confusing, but that's part of the reason why we have these issues that come in our life, that we're like, where did this come from? Why am I afraid of water? Or why am I afraid of fire? Why am I afraid of suffocating? It's all because of the past lifetimes that are here. And now they're telling me that this lifetime here on this planet right now, a lot of us are breaking those cycles where it's been said that there's no more karma. Okay, so we're breaking cycles and we are breaking free from the loop that we have been in for so long. We are breaking free from our ancestral traumas. There's a lot of people that have signed these contracts to come in and to move through all of that. And I see people going, oh, yes, that's me, because we've signed up. And that's maybe the reason why your life has been so tumultuous. And it's like you can't catch a break. Like you're constantly working through stuff. And it's because you signed up for this. You signed up to let go of these issues, of these traumas. And so the angels are saying thank you. But this is happening all across the planet. Many people, if not everybody, whether they're aware of it or not, is doing this. Okay, and that's part of what's happening on the planet. So many things that have been going in cycles, like the cycles are breaking, things are breaking down, things are coming to light, and that's why we're here. We are raising the consciousness of the planet, and by working through our stuff on with these contracts and releasing that energy that's been in our body for many lifetimes, that's help raising the consciousness of the planet, because we're not stuck in that vibration of fear anymore. We're moving into a different vibration of love, of joy, of expansion, of growth, of happiness, of abundance and prosperity. That's where we're moving into, but we have to see what this is in order to release it. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. Okay, so here's the second question. So why do individuals choose to experience one gender attractions? Okay, I'm just going to go into meditation. I went into meditation about this earlier, and I'm like, okay, there's just too much information. I'm not going to write down in notes. So I'm going to go into the meditation and I'm just going to channel what they are saying about this. Okay, so what they're telling me is people, like, in this lifetime, it's not like one day they wake up and they choose to be attracted to somebody of the same gender. It's not really, I mean, some experiment and say, oh yeah, I think, oh, maybe I'll kiss this person and see what it's like. People do that. But they do not have control over whether they are attracted to the same gender. The big message here that the angels really want to convey is this whole thing about being attracted to the same gender. It is a separation that has been built into society. Anything that tells us that we are better or different from somebody else, or we have a judgment that they're doing something that we don't agree with, and there's something that's wrong with them, or anything, it's like that is not from love. Okay, and I really want to reiterate that this isn't directed towards the person that asked this question. This is a general consensus of how people feel about this topic. Okay, if you really think about it, where did you get the belief that being attracted to the same gender was wrong, or is different, or it shouldn't be? Just think about where you got that from, okay? Because the angels, they don't see gender, they see love. And anything that separates us from each other, that is not from love. So, why do people choose this? Maybe they did decide to choose to come in and like the same gender. It could be because they wanted to experience it. And that's okay. It's when we get caught up in, is this right? Is this wrong? I don't agree with it. Why are they doing that? I don't understand. And it's like the big message here is let it be. Let it be what it is. And they're showing me animals. There are animals that are attracted to the same gender. Okay? And in ancient times, this wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't until like religion came along that kind of put this doctrine into our head that created a divide. And not even just with this issue, but with so many other things like politics and education and just everything. We have been programmed to be divided, and that's what we're getting away from. So and they're saying live and let live. Let people be who they are, and we don't have to question. I mean, if you want to question, that's fine, but do your best to get out of the judgment of how they live their life. Because at the end of the day, they're people. They have feelings. They have emotions, just like everybody else. And it's when we let go of these labels that we think that these people should have, that anybody should have, when we let that go and we see past all of the facades and all of the masks that everybody puts on, and we just love one another for who they are, that's when we move into a higher awareness. So just understand that anything that tells us that we are separate, or that we are better, or that we are right and they are wrong, that is a program that has been drilled into us. And they're showing me little kids at play. So if you ever watch on a playground of children that are younger than 7, they don't care who they play with. They don't care what color their skin is. They don't care what they're wearing. They don't care how much money they have. They just want to play. They just want to share their love with one another. And there's no bias. We learn that bias as we get older from things that have been given to us. So with this information, you get to choose how you want to see other people. And whatever way you choose, that is fine too. There's no judgment around that. We are all connected to one another. We are all here on this planet to learn how to feel enough inside. Because when we feel that we are enough inside, then it doesn't matter. We're not projecting any judgment on anyone else. If we find that we're judging other people, it's because we're judging ourselves. And the more that we work on self-love, then what other people are doing, we're not going to be judgmental about that. We're going to accept them for who they are. And I know that this isn't the energy behind the question from this person. I know that it's not. But this is the energy of the consensus of what this issue is and what this topic is. So thank you for asking this question and having the courage to ask this question and allowing me to be in this space to bring in whatever the angels have said, because this isn't an easy topic. And I would really, really love to hear what you guys have to say about this. Only if it's nice. Just, I mean, when things like this happen and I touch on some of these topics, it touches people and there's, criticism, but if you do, you do. But anyway, just keep them respectful. And I would really love to hear your opinion on it. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. If you'd like, you can ask other questions in the comments, and I will see what I can do about answering them in future videos. So thank you so much, and many blessings.